Welcome, beloved community, to this sacred gathering of Kwanzaa. I'm Xolani Kacela, he, him, pronouns. And today we come together in a place of celebration that stretches back through generations, honoring the wisdom our ancestors preserved to light our way forward. As we prepare to kindle each flame in the Kinara, we open our hearts to the ancient truths made new in our postmodern lives. The 7 Kwanzaa principles shine like stars, guiding us home, to ourselves, to each other, and to the deeper purpose that calls us forward as people. Look around this room. Feel the presence of those beside you, behind you, before you. We are each individual flames, but together, we create a blaze of possibility that illuminates the path ahead. In these precious moments we share, we weave together our hopes, our struggles, our triumphs, and our dreams. Whether this is your first Kwanzaa celebration or you have walked this path many times before, know that you belong here. Your story matters. Your presence strengthens our community. Let us take a deep breath together, allowing the ancient rhythms of this tradition to remind us who we are and who we might become when we walk in wisdom's way. So breathe in and out. Please know that in this community, all people are welcome, and that means all y'all. We now take a moment to invite any visitors to rise and allow us to acknowledge you and express our gratitude for your presence. Thank you. Now I invite the rest of you to turn and greet your neighbor and others around you. Please note that we have special guests, Andar and Barbara Mayat. They are selling Kwanzaa merch today out in the foyer. We invite you to check them out and to lend your support to someone who has supported our racial justice work here through the Black Lives Matter group. We begin by offering the traditional Kwanzaa greeting, Habari Gani, which translates into what's the word? And today's word is Ujamaa. So I say that again to you. Habari Gani. And you respond, Ujamaa. Now allow me to introduce my co-liturgist. Orlon Gonzales, also known as TBow, is deeply connected to both First UU and San Antonio. He has been an integral part of the local music scene for 51 years, taking on various roles such as vocalist, percussionist, composer, sound engineer, producer, music instructor, and craftsman. For more than 25 years, he has dedicated himself to teaching drumming and percussion within the community. He has performed with jazz, blues, R&B, and world beat bands, and has contributed to 8 albums throughout his musical career. TBow lives with his partner, Becky Brenner, who is a member here at this church. TBow shared with me, and I quote, "I feel wonderful in my spirit and soul with students," end quote. So I'm honored to have this talented creator join me in the pulpit this morning for this special service. Let's give him some love. TBow will be joined by our very own Dana Clark and other talented creators for this morning's music. This service today is multi-generational, so we will not be singing the youth out of the sanctuary, but they are free to move about as needed. Let us begin our celebration.
Good morning. I need my eyes. I'm not a speaker, but bear with me, okay? Change sings. When day comes, we step out of the shade, aflame and unafraid. The new dawn blooms as we free it. From there is always light. If only we were brave enough to see it. If only we were brave enough to be it. To hear change humming. I can hear change humming in its loudest and proudest song. I don't fear change coming, and so I sing along. I can hear change humming in its loudest and purest song. I don't fear change coming, and so I sing along. We're what the world has become, and we all know it won't be long. We all hear the change thrumming. Won't you sing along? I talk not only from distance, from where and how we came. I also walk in distance, and to show we are the same. Okay, so if we would pay attention to the words on the screen, we're going to sing Woyaya.
The words on the screen are to the song Woyaya.
No, we don't have the words. We'll have to use the...
Please follow the musicians on stage. We're going to repeat this part 4 times, and you will know it well by the end.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going,
but we know we win.
and we'll get there, get there, and we know we will. It will be hard, I know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Woyaya, 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 woyaya. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know we're there, and we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. I know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Woyaya, 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 woyaya. We will get. Heaven knows where we are going, and we know we will. And we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, I know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Woyaya, 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 woyaya. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know we will. And we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, and we know we will. It will be hard, I know, but the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, and we know we will. Woyaya, woyaya. Woyaya, 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 woyaya.
The Kwanzaa Kinara is a candelabra with 7 candlesticks that are lit each evening during Kwanzaa celebrations. The candle lighting ritual is a central part of Kwanzaa and is accompanied by discussions of the day's principle. The colors are black, red, and green. These colors represent African American people, the struggle of the past, and the abundance of the future. We will light the candles in order. The black candle in the center is called the Unity Candle, represents Umoja. The second day's candle is the red candle to its right, which represents Kuji Chagalia. The third candle we light is the second red candle to the left, and it represents Ujima. And then the fourth candle we light is the green candle, which represents Ujama. The fifth day's candle will be for Nia, the seventh day for Kumba, and then the seventh day will be Imani. I invite you now to rise in body or spirit as we say together our covenant. Just the white one. Love is the doctrine of our church. The quest for truth is its covenant, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve humanity in fellowship, to the end that all souls shall grow in harmony with the divine. Thus we covenant with one another. El amor es la doctrina de esta iglesia. Su sacramento es su búsqueda de la verdad, y su oración es el servicio. Convivir en paz, buscar sabiduría y libertad, dar la humanidad nuestro servicio fraternal, para que todas las almas crezcan. Así pactamos el un con el otro. You may be seated.
All right. So the word, normally we say Harambee. Harambee means pulling together, pulling together. So when I say Harambee, you say Harambee. It's like a call and response, right? Got it? Harambee.
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 So we reach up and pull the spirit of our ancestors into our hearts. Harambee.
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 Oh, you got it. So then there's a part in there where we try to hold it as long as we can, right? Can we do that? Okay. It's a celebration. If you believe in pulling together, say Harambee. 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 What? If you believe in pulling together, say Harambee. 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 If you believe in pulling together, say Harambee. Ha! Harambee. Harambee. If you believe in pulling together, say Harambee. 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 If you believe in pulling them together, say Harambee. Ah. Harambee. Harambee. If you believe in pulling them together, say Harambee. 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 Thank you.
Today's reading from our Community Book of Life has a few entries. First one is from Tim, our DLRE. Says, big thank you to all folks, big and small, who showed up to help put the new mulch down in the playground last Sunday. And a big thank you to Carol Collins for donating the money for the upgrade to rubber mulch. Please pray for the more than 1.8 million people who have died in Gaza, Palestine, because of Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel. All human beings deserve to live. And that is from Nassim Minan. People who are starving. Thank you. And I have to move unexpectedly and need help packing, as I have to be out in 20 days. Please pray for me, and if you're able to help, I am here today. I am Rose. Rose? In the back, thank you. And praise for our 59th year as lovers, parents, and I can't read the other part. It's from Dave and Marge Boyer. Amen to all those transitions and all those who are going through difficult times and those who are praying for people around the world. We're now ready for our Story Wisdom video. Kwanzaa is an African-inspired holiday.
Hi, I'm Eve Wedderburn. Did you know that thousands of Canadians celebrate Kwanzaa every year? But wait, what is Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa is not African, it's African American. I didn't know about Kwanzaa till I came to Canada, but Kwanzaa is basically an African American celebration of peace and unity and cooperation with the Black American and Canadian communities.
It's a celebration that happens every year from December 26th to January 1st. People who celebrate Kwanzaa greet others by saying, Habari Gani, which means, what's the news? So let's check out what the news is. Come on.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You're here for Kwanzaa?
Yes, I am.
So Kwanzaa is a really important celebration for people of African descent, specifically African Americans and some African Canadians. Kwanzaa is very important because it celebrates principles and beliefs that are shared by people of African descent here and people of African descent on the continent of Africa. It was actually started in America. Can you believe that?
The green, the red, and the black represent different things. We have candles on top as well.
And what does Kwanzaa mean to you?
So to me, you know, I'm from Zimbabwe. Even Zimbabwe is in which part of the world?
Africa.
Very good. Zimbabwe's in Africa, so in Zimbabwe we don't actually celebrate Kwanzaa, but the principles of Kwanzaa are incorporated in some of our celebrations, like the whole spirit of umoja, of unity, of community. That's celebrated where I am from. But that word Kwanzaa was made up by Dr. Malema, who is from Kenya, who was in the States in the 1960s.
So women play a central role in Kwanzaa. Can you tell me more about that?
Sure. You know, not only do women cook, which is part of Kwanzaa, but they also do the lighting ceremony most times, and also they're the ones who do the whole outfits for everybody, and that's part of the unity part, and also just the role of bringing the whole family and the community together. That is the role of a woman.
So what does African dance do, like, regarding Kwanzaa? Like, is there a special dance, or...?
There is no specific special dance for Kwanzaa because Kwanzaa is not African, it's African American. But there's so many dances you can incorporate into the celebration of Kwanzaa because African dance is just celebrating and being happy. Can you show me the bass?
That was so much fun. I hope you enjoyed learning about Kwanzaa as much as I did. I've drummed, danced, eaten some amazing African food, and learned more about the 7 principles of Kwanzaa, like umoja, which means unity. For CBC Kids News, I'm Eve Wedderburn. Until we meet again.
Origins of Kwanzaa, you may ask. Dr. Marana Karenga, professor and chairman of Black Studies at California State University, Long Beach, created Kwanzaa in 1966. After the riots in Watts in LA, Dr. Karenga searched for ways to bring African Americans together as a community. He founded US, or US, a cultural organization, and started to research African fruit or first fruit harvest celebrations. Karenga combined aspects of several different harvest celebrations, such as those of the Ashanti and those of the Zulu, to form the basis of the week-long holiday. Kwanzaa is not a religious celebration more than it is a cultural and empowerment celebration. This year began on the 26th day after Christmas, and it lasts through next Wednesday on New Year's Day.
Have a happy Kwanzaa, a joyful time, a heartfelt celebration. Blessings of this Kwanzaa are yours and mine, an open invitation to be close to the ones we love. Remind ourselves what we're made of. Come along, one and all, the special part of the carnival.
Umoja, kujichagulia, ujima, ujama, nia, kuumba, imani, Kwanzaa.
We have a happy Kwanzaa, a joyful time, a heartfelt celebration. The blessings of this Kwanzaa yours and mine, an open invitation to be close to the one we love. Remind ourselves what we made of. Come along, one and all. The special part of the carnival.
Moja kujichagulia, ujima, ujama, nia, kuumba, imani. It's Kwanzaa time.
Never happy Kwanzaa, a joyful time, heartfelt celebration. Betsy's of this Kwanzaa are yours and mine. Open invitation to be close to the one we love. Remind ourselves what we made of. Come along, one and all, the special part of the festival. Hey!
Moja kujichagulia, ujima, ujama, nia, kuumba, imani. Kwanzaa!
Kwanzaa time. Thank you. What is Kwanzaa? Where am I? The cards, okay. Well, we're going to get volunteers on this one, okay? We know who we are. So after you have this card, I have to speak out, right? We have these cards. Each one person's going to hold the card. Get the card, take the card. Hello, get the card.
You can take them down so they won't have to climb up here.
All right, so, hey. All right, so, you see it spells out the word Kwanzaa, right? Now, there's 7 principles, there's 7 letters in the word of Kwanzaa. You follow me? All right, the first principle is umoja, right? The second principle is kujichagulia. Ujama, ujima, nia, kahumba, amani. All right, you get it? So for those who probably haven't celebrated Kwanzaa, I've been doing it now since 97. It's been a long time. But a lot of times when people tell you things, the best thing to do is study it. Don't go on what people say. Study what it is. Then you'll know exactly what it's all about. Okay? Give it up for this crew right here. Thank you very much.
An important part of the Kwanzaa celebration is the pouring of libations, which takes place typically on the 6th day of Kwanzaa. And a libation is a way to praise the ancestors, continue the work that ancestors began, thank God for ancestors who have blessed humanity, and reflect on the African past and the American present. So TBow will pour water. We have water in the unity cup. You have that water, and you have also the unity cup, either one. It's, yeah. So we pour the water as we lift up the names of those who have been important in our lives, ancestors, people who have died before us. So I invite TBow to name persons who have been important to you. You can use this one.
Okay. So normally we honor the ancestors, those who had passed on, or those who meant something dearly to us, right? So we want you to name the person who really stirred your soul and got you going as a human being, as it were. All right? So we want you to say the person's name that really touched your heart or made you feel proud of who you are as a person. Okay? So we get everybody to say it all together or not?
You can start yours off.
I'm going to start mine off. Stella Gonzales.
I will name a couple UUs that are important to me: Daniel Cantor and Laurel Hallman, Sherman Logan, our current UUA president, Sophia Betancourt, and her vice president, Janice Marie Johnson. As a call to unity, I want to invite you to say what we have already sung, that is Harambee 7 times. So we'll start now. Harambee, 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 Harambee. Amen and Chei. Well, I want to share with you now, what do we do now in response to this Kwanzaa invitation? And I want to have an honest conversation about Kwanzaa and what it means to show up as true allies. Sometimes in our eagerness to support and celebrate, we can accidentally step on toes that we didn't even know were there. We've all been there with our hearts full of good intentions, but missing the moment's deeper rhythms. My UU colleague, Michael, told me how his heart both swells and aches when he sees well-meaning allies rush to create multicultural spaces without understanding Black empowerment and self-determination. And I quote, "It's like they want to skip straight to the action," he said, "without understanding the journey that brought us here," end quote. Through my own experiences and countless conversations, I've learned that true connection blossoms not in big, showy displays of affection, but in the quiet, shared moments of genuine understanding. You catch someone's attention across a room and something shifts. A conversation feels organic and you feel known. No shame, confusion, or need to explain yourself. When we talk about supporting Black communities, as Kwanzaa reminds us, it's about weaving ourselves into a tapestry of meaningful relationships. This means a few things. Being present without taking center stage. Grappling with the 7 principles as guideposts for genuine connection, not as items on a cultural checklist. Supporting Black-owned businesses throughout the year because they are a part of our community's ecosystem. Listening to and amplifying Black voices because we're your friends, neighbors, not just a set of abstract concepts. Kwanzaa and Unitarian Universalism share something important. Both depend on principles and values, each one offering a pathway to deeper understanding and connection. When you live your convictions, it changes you from the inside out. You stop living on eggshells. Instead, you live with more confidence. There's this feeling, you know the one, when someone looks at you and really sees you. Not just your carefully staged self, the one you have on Instagram or Facebook or X, but the real messy and beautiful you. That's the magic that we're creating here, my friends. A safe space where you can be your most honest and loving self. Like the moment when you're dancing in the kitchen and not worrying about who's watching. I've seen many gorgeous minor miracles unfold like flowers pushing up through the concrete. There was this woman, I'll call her Carla, who started an incredible book club. But instead of picking her favorites, she stepped back and let others choose the titles that they thought needed to be heard. And James, who took everything he learned from building a startup company to a big success and shared it with a group of dreamers, he ended up learning more from them than he ever expected. And here's the thing about Kwanzaa and living the Kwanzaa principles and the UU values. It's not about being perfect. And heaven knows that I've made a ton of mistakes and written a bunch of sermons on the mistakes that I've made, enough to fill a few books. It's about showing up when it's hard, when you're scared, and when you're wearing the wrong dress to the party. Because the most beautiful relationships, they're built on all those tiny moments when we choose to stay, to listen, to grow, and to forgive each other and ourselves. We celebrate this season. Let us focus on strengthening the bonds that unite us while honoring the unique beauty of this community. Let's create a space where questions can be asked without fear, where mistakes can become stepping stones to a deeper understanding, and where everyone's voice contributes to our shared story. What matters most are the genuine connections that we forge and maintain throughout the year. Because at the end of the day, we're not just allies, we're neighbors, friends, and fellow travelers on the journey toward a more connected and understanding world. Kwanzaa invites us to create this as a unique community in a unique time and space. So before I let you go, consider this. The true spirit of Kwanzaa doesn't only happen on the 7 days between Christmas and New Year's Day. It's about living the Kwanzaa principles and the UU values 24/7 and creating intentional relationships that inspire committed action. Relationships are hard, but they are worth striving for each and every day. Amen and Ashe. Well, it's now time for our generosity, the giving time. You can clap your hands. Trying to get us excited about giving. I want you to be generous towards today's offering. Your contribution supports the ministries of this church, which are totally self-funded, which means that all the funds that support the ministries here come from you and from your pledges. Please remember to support the Mayat family who are offering the Kwanzaa merch behind us. And now I invite the ushers to come to receive this morning's offering. We give thanks for the offering, for all the gifts that you bring to make this a beloved community, all your talents, your time, and your treasure. And always remember that if only your presence is all you can bring, that is enough. Thank you. Our closing hymn is Turn the World Around. I invite our musicians to come forward. They're going to lead us in song. I invite you to rise in body and or spirit. We thought we had the words projected, but they are not, so it's in the teal hymnal number 1074, but they want you to really get into this song and not keep your head buried in the hymnal. Okay.
We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around.
Oh, so is life. So is life. Oh, so is life. So is life.
Do you know who I am? Do I know who you are? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are? Do I know who you are? Do you know who I am? See we one another clearly. Do we know who we are?
Oh, so is life. So is life. Oh, so is life. So is life.
Water make the river, river wash the mountain. Fire make the sunlight, turn the world around. Heart is of the river, body is the mountain. Spirit is the sunlight, turn the world around. We are of the Spirit, truly of the Spirit. Only can the Spirit turn the world around. Whoa, so is life.
Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life. So is life. Ah, so is life. Oh, so is life. Ah, so is life.
In addition to wishing you a happy Kwanzaa for the next few days, I also want to wish you a happy New Year, which falls midweek this year. And to say to all those who are visiting, we're delighted to have you and hope you're having a great time with your family. And those who are, I guess, going away for holidays, be safe out there on the roads and be safe coming back. I will extinguish the candles. Will you extinguish the candles for us? Thank you, and also much love to our musicians who have been working diligently to prepare this music. The closing words are from Alfonso Severals, titled Kwanzaa. It is the light of candles that shines brightly after a long journey of darkness, that empowers my soul and proclaims my place in the culture of humanity. It is the sounds that vibrate across the earth with an echo that whisper and sings my song. It is the smell of nameless souls, long gone, that was cast out of the family of man, whose scent dwells beneath my skin. It is a taste of the pain of yesterday, with the flavor of hope for tomorrow, proclaiming, here I stand. It is the touching of my heart with your heart in joyful celebration of the sacrifice of our ancestors. My friends, keep your heads up and your hearts open. You may go in peace. Amen.